All right, so we got the car in the shop, changed or got the bikes all out of here, so we got room to work on it. We're gonna get this diff swapped out, and then I'm gonna put a new power steering reservoir in there. The reservoir actually has a filter in it, so if you don't change it out, you know, sometimes the filter get plugged, it'll cavitate the pump. It tossed the belt at the last drift event. No other issues, all the idlers and everything are good, so I'm thinking maybe we got, you know, a half plugged filter or something like that. So we're gonna change it out and see how it goes, and we'll go from there. So we got our tools staged, got pretty much everything we're gonna need. The biggest issue with getting this diff out is the very front is a bolted connection. So if you can see, you gotta unthread the lock nut from the drive shaft to get it apart. Sometimes can be a real pain, but we'll see how it goes. We gotta pull the exhaust off, but that's pretty easy. It's all stainless and in good shape. You can just separate it right there, and I can drop the diff out in between. Shouldn't be too bad, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so we're gonna get this reservoir swapped out of here. I get all my stuff for the car, if it's like BMW related, from FCP Euro. Awesome place, quick shipping. They guarantee everything you buy for life, which is dope. Like I've had rear axles break and I send them back and it's a drift car and no questions asked. They refund you. Great company, great product. Anyway, here's our new one. So we'll get this thing all out. We'll get the power steering fluid pumped out of it, or maybe we'll lift it. See how we're gonna do this. Gonna try to do it without making a huge mess. So we'll see how that goes. Of course, you can't forget your special power steering fluid for these BMWs. It's expensive as heck. If you go to AutoZone or something, it's like $38 for a quart. If you go to FCP Euro, I got the reservoir and the oil and everything for like 48 bucks. So hit these dudes up. So as you can see, it's not too bad to get at. You know, we've got a fastener here. There's another bolt over here. Just a couple 10 mils, take those out, and then hose clamps on the bottom. The real big thing, I should say, is just trying to get it out of here without making too much of a mess. I'm gonna try to pump as much of that out as I can. I'll get something underneath to catch it, but hopefully we don't make a mess. I hate oil leaks. I hate messy stuff to work on. It makes it a pain, especially when you're at the track and you got like small issues. If you're working on stuff, you got oil everywhere. Buddy of mine, Rick, told me the one day at the track, the guys are running like a sweatband around these things because you can see it weeps. You know, you're running high RPM all the time. There's a lot of froth that builds up in here. So I'm gonna try that just to get rid of that because I clean this up after before every track day. So we'll see. There we go, new one's all installed. It's basically full, but we're gonna have to run the car, turn the wheel back and forth, just make sure we push any air out that might have got in the system, make sure it's all good to go. And that's it. And then we're gonna nut and bolt this thing. So every day before, well, every time before race day, I go through, nut and bolt all the suspension in the front, check all the control arms, all that stuff. Same thing in the back. Axles, all that sort of stuff. We just put a new diff in, so we know the axles and everything are all tight because that stuff is all just apart. So we'll get that done and we'll get out to the track and see how it works. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, follow. Let me know what you guys want to see. We're always working on something here, so if you got ideas, get them out there. it.